This is the Ball Roadmaster Skipper M. It is limited to 1,000 pieces, and I requested to have number 77 of the production. After reviewing some of my friends' ball watches, I knew I had to have one, so I saved up and saved up and saved up and waited for a model to come out that I really wanted, and this one was it. Some of my friends kept telling me stuff like, why didn't I get an Omegle or a Tumor or something like that? And my answer was because I don't wanna. I wanted something different. And sure, I'd love one of those other watches, but I really want to get something new and exciting, at least for me. I still want to get one of those other watches, but this is the one I got for now, and let's get into it. The reference number for this watch is DM3130B-S4CJ-BK, and it costs a lot, at least for me anyway. It was just over $3,000, and I've been saving up for a long time, years. Okay, the most exciting part of this new ball watch is its fancy new in-house caliber RRM7309-C automatic mechanical movement. It features an 80-hour power reserve. It beats at 28,800 BPH or 4 Hertz and is COSC certified, COSC certified. And I'll actually show you the certification right here. I have it. Ball gives you a bunch of things. The box is great too, by the way. The box is really good. Here you go. Here is the chronometer certificate, and you can see Roadmaster M Skipper. I'm sorry, I said Roadmaster Skipper M. It's the Roadmaster M Skipper, and this is the 40mm version. And this has been certified. So, which I can tell you has, this one has been no more than plus 1 second per day. It's fantastic. Another great feature of this movement is Ball's patented amortizer anti-shock system, allowing it to withstand some pretty big hits and vibrations. The movement is, of course, as one would expect, windable. It is windable with stop seconds. Let me just show that real quick. And I gotta shaky this thing to get it going here. I haven't been using it because I've been busy. So it is a windable, as you would expect, and hackable seconds automatic mechanical movement. And the winding is a bit subdued, as you do not get a whole lot of tactile feel or tactile feedback from doing so. It doesn't feel cheap though. When I wind it, it feels stable, correctly taut, and dare I say, buttery smooth as fuck. The double R signed crown, my stomach just rumbled. The double R signed crown, let me get that there, and get a little raggy rag to gently caress it and make love to it. And show, can you focus, please? Can you just focus? Can you just come on, focus. The background doesn't want to do it. Why? This is bumming my whole trip here. There you go. The double R signed crown helps achieve the 200-meter water resistance. The crown screws in and out effortlessly, and definitely feels excellently machined. Look at that. The glass both on top and the bottom, as I'll show you later, is made out of high-quality sapphire crystal. The top crystal is AR-coated blue on the other side to help with glare. The diver style bezel is of the 120-click unidirectional cap. And as expected of a watch in this caliber, lines up just f***ing fine. I don't know why I said that swear word. I'll bleep that out. You know, I'm reading my notes here, and I was doing this at the same time and had a brain fart. Anyway, and what else we got here? The rotation is what I describe as ratchety nutty, kind of like a small socket wrench with a hint of walnuts. Just try to imagine it then. Just try to imagine it. The top edges of the bezel are polished over here around, and the sides of the grip points are brushed like that. You see the sides of the grip points are brushed, while the spaces in between the grip points right there, can you see that? Brushed, and the spaces in between the grip points are kind of like almost microbead blasted, or just kind of raw looking, which is kind of cool. The spacer beneath the bezel is also highly polished. The insert is made out of a high corrosion resistant aluminum bronze for a very striking and different look. I am uncertain if it will eventually provide a patina look, but either way I'd be happy. I'm actually hoping it does, which is why I got this one. The flat black pan style, the dial isn't particularly amazing. However, it is well done and balanced. There is a small amount of sunburst effect under certain lighting conditions. I don't know if you can see that, but it is there. And with the exception of the hard to read chronometer painting there in the blue, everything is quite legible. Speaking of blue, just above the 12 o'clock marker resides a blue secondary instead of white like all the others. Can you see that? I'm going to get my flashlight out here real quick here. There. Just above the 12 o'clock marker is that blue secondary marker, which is pretty cool. I like that. And what else we got here? As you probably noticed, there are these weird 1/25 seconds from just before the 23-minute mark and just after the 37-minute mark. I don't know why that is. Perhaps someone could could chime in, but there doesn't seem to be, there's no explanation from Ball. It could merely be aesthetic. I don't know why, or I'm just ignorant as to why it would just only be there. There's no like chronograph function, nothing. It's just I don't know why that's there. It's super weird. But I guess they wanted to make it a little bit interesting down south. I guess down south things are always interesting. Okay, the small date window is excellently magnified. If I put it like that, you can see it's a really tiny little date window, and then bam, big date window, tiny date window, bam, big date window. And it's curiously set beneath the 3 o'clock index, which hangs out over the date window just a little bit. Do you see it? Do you see the hangover a little bit? I felt the hangover last night. Let me tell you, but that's a different story. It's just a weird situation, but I think it's also kind of cool. I happen to like it a lot. The lovely golden handset. I'm gonna have to just open this up a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit more. Just see a little bit more. This is gonna be a long video, guys. Just letting you know there's a lot going on with this watch, and I'm gonna try my best to tell you guys all about it. The lovely gold handset matches the bronze accents very well. The second hand does not feature the typical Ball railroad insignia at the end, the counterbalance, which is actually kind of a nice touch. I'm not fond of that railroad seconds hand on all watches. On some it looks really great, but on this one I didn't really want that, and that's why I got this one, which is pretty cool. Let's see what else. The handset just shimmers in all kinds of lighting situation. Look at that. Yeah, see, it's very nice. It's shimmery. And of course the indices are and the hands are laden with T25 tritium, which is what Ball watches are known for, tritium T25 or T100. The 12 o'clock marker goes blue. The rest of the indices are white tritium, and the handset uses yellow tritium, and the bezel pip, I messed that up. The bezel pip is green. Very cool. It's not super bright, but it does the job very well. Check the lume later on, guys. Check the lume. The case, as well as the crown and some of the bezel, are made out of most likely 316L stainless steel. It is beautifully polished on the top here. Let me just wipey McWipe again, gently wipey McWipe. Gently wipey McWipe there. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Okay, the top of the case is, let me zoom out a little bit there. The top of the case is brushed beautifully. I didn't wipe it that good, but the sides are brushed. The tops of the case are polished beautifully, I should say. Polished. The sides of the case are brushed. And it's basically kind of a plain looking case. No interesting facets or cuts. Just kind of a bit robust tool looking case. And I think that's pretty cool. Sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't. The bracelet features some interesting things here. First off, and obviously, the solid aluminum bronze center links, which are starting to show signs of becoming wonderfully cured, which I hope happens soon while I wear it. Some may not like the bronze effect, but I am definitely a fan. I like it when it gets all tarnished and weathered looking. I think that's pretty cool. The solid edge links, if you notice that, they protrude past beyond the case. It does make the watch have a bigger overall feel. You see the solid end links? There are the solid end links in the bottom, and it's it's a very interesting and nice bracelet. It's very, very nice. What else we got here? The signed and brushed clasp features only 3 micro adjustments, which made it a little bit hard for me to size for my smaller wrist, but it did come with two half links on each side, so I got it just right. It took me about an hour to size this bracelet because I was trying to be extremely careful. And by the way, this bracelet does feature standard pin and collar lock situations. It's kind of a bummer, but whatever. So tops of the rest of the bracelet brushed, the sides are brushed, and the very edges of the links are polished, which is kind of cool. The buckle itself is all brushed, and the clasp over system beautifully brushed. I know how some of you guys or some of you or many of you hear me complaining about how some watches are just kind of half-assed, but not this one. This one is definitely full-assed. It's full-assed. It's not a half-assed bracelet. It's fully assed. And thank you, Ball, for fully assing this bracelet. Oh gosh. Yeah, what else? Oh, by the way, it tapers down from 20 millimeters to 18 millimeters, and it is a fantastic looking bracelet. What else can we talk about with this watch from visual things here? Yeah, no, get the crown, get the bezel, case. Oh, back of the case. Let's look at the back of the case. Here we go. So you can see that wonderfully decorated new ball in-house movement. Look at that. That is beautiful. I'm not sure what it's based off, if it's based off of anything. If you guys can take a look at it real quick, I'll just kind of hold it. What does it remind you of? It is regulatable. Is that even a word? You do have the ability to regulate this watch if you so decide to do so. This one runs perfectly fine. I don't know what this is based off of. It could be some kind of other Swiss movement, but it doesn't appear to be from my perspective. But it is really nice. The case back is polished, and it is has just the right amount of pertinent information. I'm going to show you then you can see in the top right corner the number 77, which is what I requested for this. Now, I don't know, it's not a watch for everyone, and I'll tell you why later. But before that, I want to talk about this case back a little bit more. You can see how it kind of is beveled down into the like a bead blasted bottom there. I like that. This is a very nice case back indeed. And this is a terrible camera. There you go. Look at that a little bit more. You can see the end links there. The bronze is kind of starting to tarnish from my sweat. I wore this to the gym, not gonna lie. I took this sucker to the gym once. Never gonna happen again, but I did it once. But anyway, here are the measurements. I'm not going to bust out the caliper on this watch while photographing, because it does happen where I make a mistake and I drop something on it. I scrape up the thing with other things. So just really carefully. Lug to lug, including the protruding end links, are 52.5 millimeters. Lug to lug without the bracelet is 47.5. Lug width is 20 millimeters. Thickness excluding the magnifier is 14 millimeters. Let me show you on my wrist. So it does look big on my smaller wrist, especially because of that bracelet. Look at that. It does look big. It's not too bad. And when I first put this watch on, I was a little bit disappointed because I was like, wow, this does not feel like a 40 millimeter watch at all. It feels more like a 43 millimeter watch. But maybe when I put it on a bracelet, take off that thing, it'll feel smaller. So anyway, let's check the lume.
Check the lume, check the lume, make it glow. Check the lume, use a light, make it glow. Check the lume, check the lume, check the lume, check the lume.
And we're back. ISO 1600 for that booty to better reflect what I'm seeing with my face vision. And I'm going to use my new OLight LED flashlight. This thing is badass. The Baton 2, just such a good freaking badass little OLED LED flashlight. I highly recommend this. They're a little bit more pricey, but they're worth it. And anyway, let's get to the lume. I'm gonna lume up this one. This one doesn't need it, of course, because it is tritium. So we all know what's gonna happen. The ball is gonna look just pathetic compared to my patty moss, but that's to be expected. The tritium is still awesome. So here we go, turning off the light and done. Nope, and done. All right, you can't even see. Oh, there's the ball just creeping in the back. So the patty moss has Seiko's lume, which is really good, one of the best in my opinion, and really hard to beat. But the thing is that the ball will just forever glow, and you'll be able to see it very brightly once your eyes get used to the light. So when I go to sleep and I wake up in the middle of the night to like use the bathroom or something, I can see that ball watch glowing the wall. Like there's a glow reflection on the wall. That's how good it is at night. And I kind of want to just let this go for a little while so you can see what happens when the Seiko dies down and the ball. It'll be about the same, but this Seiko is going to last for a long time. So you know what I'm going to do for you guys there? I'm going to turn the ISO up full bottles so you can see the colors of the rainbow. We're 16,000. We're at 20,000. ISO 20,000. So you can see the colors, that white tritium around, the yellow indices, the yellow hands, the blue 12, and the green pip. Isn't that kind of cool? That is pretty cool. I like that a lot. All right. This right here, ISO 10,000. This is basically what I'm seeing for real when I wake up to use the bathroom. And this is awesome. I love that, and it's just forever. So okay, that's enough of that. I gotta find some lights, and we'll turn on all lights back to ISO 800, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back.
Excuse me.
Hey, Uncle Jimmy, what's up?
Yeah, okay. I want to make jokes about balls.
Nope, you can't.
Crap.
Hey, aren't you and Ted doing something super important right now, which is why you won't be in the end?
Yeah. We're helping you figure out your big movie thingy. The intro is sick, guys. The intro is really sick. The rest of the movie might be garbage, but the intro is badass. Yeah, sorry, guys. We'll be back in the next video. Have fun playing with your balls, man.
Okay. All right. So, final thoughts. This watch isn't for everyone. In fact, it's only for 1,000 people. It's not on Ball's website, and most likely never will be. If you want one, you probably can't unless it pops up via third-party sites or sellers. So why did I want to show this piece? Well, because for me it represents a milestone. Not a financial milestone or one of success, but instead of a personal nature. You see, this year has been the most important of my life. I have had a lot of self-realizations that drove me to make big changes, of which I will continue to do so. I have lost close loved ones. I have gone on the journey of a lifetime and saw my dad. After 20 years, I hugged my dad twice. I have become bold, have definitely taken myself out of my comfort zone in many aspects, and now thrive off of it. I have almost gotten killed by my own actions, but somehow and obviously didn't. This watch is a gift to myself, a gift that says, I am still here. It is my time, and I want to share it with you. Thanks for watching.